Good day, everyone. Welcome to Nizalucho. Welcome to another epic episode. You are welcome to join me as we'll be speaking about the former presidents. Both of them. Because the former president, Thabo Mbeki, was speaking at the Veterans Inaugural Conference in Bloemfontein. And he has come now up front and explained his position on why does he believe and say that former President Jacob Zuma is a spy. Yeah, I'll just insert this video. You will see this video where he explains his position. He explains and gives this thesis to say that why Jacob Zuma established the MK party and what was the mission of Jacob Zuma to refuse to go to Zondo so that the July 2021 arrest will happen to benefit him, Jacob Zuma. Yeah, if you disbelieve me, stick around. I'm sure what you will hear can rather make you to criticize the president or to believe the president. This is what you can do for me at the moment. You can subscribe to this political YouTube channel as your support. And let us just continue. Speaking to the new leadership of Umkhonto weSizwe Liberation's war veterans to advise the party on how to deal with counter-revolutionaries. Because such people had wrongly predicted that the ANC will cease to exist after the 2021 local government election. You have the 2021 July unrest. The former president says, he said that the people were angry that the ANC has allowed the Constitutional Court to sentence Jacob Zuma and it was going to jail. That was a complete lie. It was the counter-revolutionary testing its strength to see if they can destabilize the country. So the former president, Thabo Mbeki, says that it is not true that people went all out and caused that chaos in support of Jacob Zuma, but there was now the counter-revolutionary forces that were testing the country, that was using that to destabilize the country for a certain agenda.
That township, I'm talking 93, 93, 94, had 93 agents of the special branch. The special branch only. In addition to which there were agents from military intelligence and national intelligence. Small African township, but flooded with these agents of the apartheid system. I'm mentioning that comment to say that was part of the structure of the national security management system in the African townships. A system of agents in all our townships were part of the national security management system, ready to be activated in defense of the apartheid system. Let me jump to the 2024 national and provincial elections. You have this result, one of the results. A new organization called the MK Party suddenly gets this huge support in KZN. Gauteng a bit, Mpumalanga a bit. Why? And suddenly the ANC drops to whatever. Why have this population suddenly decided in KZN to abandon the ANC in these numbers? I had my own differences with the ANC leadership, provincial. But that was not why you had that result. The reason we had that result is because I'm coming back, comrades, to what I was saying about the national security management system. It was the activation of that national security management system which produced that result. Because that machinery had never been dismantled. I was saying we raised this matter with the TRC. The TRC tried. You go and look at the records of the TRC. The TRC tried to get into this matter, but couldn't produce any result. That was the machinery that was used to produce that result in KZN. You see its phenomenon, for instance, with the Gauteng hostels. You remember during the so-called war on black violence, those were IFP hostels. When we clash, big clash with the ANC communities, IFP decide themselves. These were IFP hostels. But what happened in 2024? They all abandoned the IFP and went with the MK party. Why? It's because they are controlled by the same person. It's the same person who controlled them when they were IFP hostels. The same person who controlled them when they were IFP hostels, the same person who controls them today as MK hostels, MK party hostels. I'm saying, comrades, that's the counter-revolution. That's how it works.
Why this population? Why this population? Mark this. He says, why this population? Meaning the Zulu tribe, right? Decides to leave the ANC by numbers. And then he says that they go back to that which was, he was talking about the activation of National Intelligence Operation. And this phenomenon you will see by hostel in Gauteng. You remember that the war on war hostels, those were the IFP hostels that used to fight the ANC. And what happened in 2024? They all abandoned the IFP and went to join the MK party. Now we have the MK party hostels. It is because they are controlled by the same person. Sure. So he's saying that the wars between the IFP and the ANC were managed by Jacob Zuma. And he says that when Jacob Zuma lost power, he still wanted to gain support from these people by controlling them, because remember, he is the spy working for the enemy. He says that now he used these people who were IFP led to take them and to join the Umkhonto weSizwe party. And some of the people who are Zulus to abandon the ANC and to join Umkhonto weSizwe party. He says that it is the same person who were controlling them, and it is still the same person who are controlling them now. He used the term IFP hostels and MK party hostels. Sure. That's how the counter-revolution works. Exactly how the former president has worked, says the former president Thabo Mbeki. Let us go back to the issue of the July unrest, the 2021 July unrest.
Let me end here. I've gone way beyond my 15 minutes. You have you have a mayhem that happens in July 2021. You remember that? Yeah. And the story that is told is that the people were angry with the ANC because the ANC had allowed Jacob Zuma to be sentenced by the Constitutional Court and was sent to jail. And the people were so angry, they stood up in solidarity with Jacob Zuma. It's a lie. A complete lie. What happened, comrades, was the counter-revolution decided to test its strength, to see whether it could in fact destabilize the country. It then acted, caused that whole mayhem, just to find out whether it could in fact paralyze South Africa for its own purpose.
a lot of people, it is true that they were not happy about the decision that Judge Raymond Zondo and Khabembe has taken to sentence the former President Jacob Zuma without the trial. And knowing how the country and how the people, especially in KZN, love Jacob Zuma, they expected that there will be a revolt. They knew that there will be a revolt. That is why when you listen to the police minister, then Begicele, he says that Zondo gave a directive to say that if they fail to arrest the former President Jacob Zuma at that time, they will be arrested. Him and the National Commissioner, they will be arrested.
But we sat there, we planned. There were negotiations going on all the day.
I remember that. It lasted hours and hours.
And the feedback was saying, Msholozi will be handing himself over at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Wow.
And Zondo has said, if Zuma doesn't come in, Minister of Justice and Minister of Police are going in prison. Yes, that's so. It is judgment.
Yeah.
So I was not going to go to prison.
Oh, of course, because you would have been in contempt.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
The judge has said so.
And you had to do it by what, midnight that night?
By midnight. So there is this general that we have sent negotiating and everybody. We sent one closest cousin of Jay-Z's to go and speak to him. The guy came back at about 6. He said, no, at 6 he's leaving. 7. I phoned this guy. Guy who said this guy is going. He said, no, he told me by the time I left, he was packing and going and all that.
Yeah.
There was a unit, Silva, that was standby, that at 11:30, that unit had to move and fetch him.
Actually go in.
Yeah. That was going to be the most painful moment to do it that way rather than him.
Imagine.
They're going. So the Ndandla, at about 9, we began to say, can you get ready? Can you get ready? And all that. Fortunately, at about between 9, 10, 11, we were told that he's in the cars, they're driving, could see them hung. Said, God is great.
Absolutely. I think the country was saved that
I don't
night.
pray every day.
But yeah.
Imagine the judge said that because Jacob Zuma, they needed him to go down and to be jailed. And when you listen to former Minister Begicele, he says that day, he's not a praying man, but that day he prayed just for Jacob Zuma to agree to go to prison. Because if Jacob Zuma did not agree to go to prison, it was going to be something that the country has never, ever experienced. The army was deployed, the entire police in KZN, top police, forces of police were deployed because they understood one thing, that the people already have shown support to Jacob Zuma and they were flocking to Nkandla to defend him.
The reason why we are here as community members and members of the ANC in particular is to show support for former President Zuma. And we want to tell the country, or want to show the country, that what is being done to our former president is now out of order. We are full of it. We want to support what is being done by veterans of Umkhonto weSizwe. We are behind them and we fully support. And the decision taken by the former president, we fully behind it, because we know very well that it's not that he's being treated like any other person in the country, and we feel like his right is being oppressed, is taken away from him. If someone wants us to fight, we are going to fight. If Zuma is being arrested, let them arrest us all. We are going to go with him, because we can, as I've been telling you, that what has been done to him, it's unfair. He's being treated unfairly, very much.
Those guys who were in charge, they understood that this now is calling for war, and they deployed all now types of military forces to come there and take Jacob Zuma by force. And Cele says that he prayed after he has heard that Jacob Zuma has agreed to hand himself and go to prison. and he has spared so many lives by doing that. But we know that the revolution that caused the chaos around the country, and in the places like Phoenix, that is where you'll find that there were some death tolls. So also, poverty. The poverty-stricken country had played a role, because it showed that a lot of people are living under the poverty lines, and they got an opportunity to use that Jacob Zuma arrest to loot so that they will gain something. It shows the poverty and the economical status of South Africa. But if now the former president will come and say that Jacob Zuma had nothing to do with this, I will not say there he speaks the truth. But when it comes to proving his thesis, I will not explain otherwise. Seems like he has everything sorted out. Remember, anytime I say the counter-revolutionary, you must always think of the former president Jacob Zuma. So he wanted to destabilize the country so that he will establish his own party and his own dominance, which now he's using the MK party to do this, according to the former president. The former president Thabo Mbeki says that, in a nutshell, Jacob Zuma wanted to destroy everything that was achieved by the ANC and to destroy the ANC itself and cause destruction in the country. Through the July unrest, which was supported by the Zulus, or the MK party, which is also supported by the Zulus in KZN and in hostels in Gauteng. He says that Jacob Zuma is using the Zulu tribe to gather support, and that is an anti-revolutionary spirit that is cherished by the former president. That is why always the former president Thabo Mbeki calls Jacob Zuma a spy. Just imagine, they were so close with Jacob Zuma in the time past, they were friends like this, and Jacob Zuma even became now his deputy in the same political party like this. But now the former president always cherished that Jacob Zuma was put there by the enemy to infiltrate the ANC and to cause to destabilize the ANC. That is why now it makes sense of why he once fired him as his deputy, because that is where now things went bad and even worse for them. Today, he has nothing good to say about Jacob Zuma, because Jacob Zuma is a spy who is working to counter-revolutionary destroy the ANC. What's your take concerning this? Do you agree with the former president, or do you disagree with the former president? Please leave it on the section below, and you can support us by subscribing to this political YouTube channel, and let us meet on the next video. And I'm out.